Brazil faced several crises throughout 2021. One of them was the collapse of the health system sparked by Covid-19 and its mishandling by President Jair Bolsonaro's government. Our correspondents, André, Vieira and Sebastián Soto, bring us a recap of the pandemic's impact on the country.
Never have so many people died in Brazil as in 2021, the year that began with the collapse of the health system in Manaus and the emergence of a new variant, Gamma. There, those hospitalized for Covid-19 were able to breathe thanks to oxygen donated by the government of Venezuela and the mobilization of Brazilian artists. Vaccination against Covid-19 also began in January. Later investigations showed that the immunization was delayed due to the lack of response from the government of Jair Bolsonaro to the pharmaceutical companies.
Por la falta de respuesta del gobierno de Jair Bolsonaro a las farmacéuticas.
It's an absurd thing to do. With the time it took for the vaccine to arrive, many people could have been saved. Amid the high number of deaths due to Covid-19, which exceeded 4,000 in 24 hours, the Senate set up a parliamentary commission of inquiry in April. The work of these senators revealed, among many points, the corrupt practice in the purchase of vaccines and the use of humans as guinea pigs for experiments supported by President Jair Bolsonaro and his sons. The parliamentary commission denounced the current Brazilian president for having committed 10 crimes. Society wanted to know who was going to take responsibility for the worsening of the deaths, for this massacre that took place in Brazil, and why many of the deaths that we showed that could have been avoided were not prevented. This is the responsibility of many people. There are many accused, but it is mainly the responsibility of the President of the Republic, of this serial killer who has a compulsion to kill. Between June 2020 and June 2021, deaths from Covid-19 in Brazil increased tenfold, from 50,000 to 500,000 deaths from the disease in a one-year interval. Meanwhile, Bolsonaro and his government continue to embrace denialism inside and outside of Brazil. The masks work, they are against them. Distancing works, they are opposed to it. Vaccines work, and they boycott them as much as they can. And meanwhile, they are in favor of ineffective measures. They are in favor of the so-called early treatment, which is an outdated issue. Even the Ministry of Health itself, which had recommended it, stopped recommending chloroquine and ivermectin, for example. But the President of the Republic used the stage of the United Nations General Assembly to defend the so-called early treatment combo. Brazil ends 2021 as a country with the second highest number of COVID-19 deaths in the world, almost 620,000 since the beginning of the pandemic. The result of a genocidal policy. So in that sense, President Bolsonaro, together with his group, are fully responsible for the impact of the pandemic we are experiencing.
I voted for him, and I will not vote for him again, because I think that life should be respected, women should be respected, and he, to me, is ill-educated.
The country is on track to reach 70% of its population immunized in the coming days, and is seeing a fall in COVID-19 cases and deaths. On the other hand, the government of Jair Bolsonaro has created difficulties for the immunization of children.
André, Vieira e Sebastián, Soto, teleSUR, Rio de Janeiro, Brasil.